Hey guys, my name's Jamin. Thanks so much for visiting my channel. In this video, I have an Acer Chromebook Spin 311. The exact model is a 311-3H, but this should help you with all the 311 series computers. I'm going to show you how to open it up to replace your LCD assembly. So first thing guys, power down the computer the correct way. Make sure it's off and unplugged from your charger. We're then going to flip it over to access your bottom case screws. So you've got 4 screws along the bottom here, 4 screws along the middle, and 4 screws up top. After removing all of those screws, you're going to take a small, flat, preferably plastic pry tool to go around the entire seam to pry the bottom case off. I say plastic because metal pry tools tend to scratch your case a lot more than plastic ones do. So go nice and slow but firm all the way across. If you get stuck in one section, leave it, go around, start in the other section, and go around the opposite way. And after you get your bottom case off, this is what you're looking at for the inside of your computer. Now, as a quick side note, guys, whenever I'm working on a computer in my shop, I have it sitting on an anti-static mat. Either that or an anti-static bracelet are great ideas to avoid damaging anything as you're working on your computer. If you would like any help with tools or supplies, there'll be a link above, also below in the description, that'll show you all the tools and supplies that I use in my shop. Also, before I touch anything in a computer, I'm going to remove or at least unplug the battery to make it safer to work on. I'll show you how to do that now. So to get your battery out here, there's a screw hole here and a screw hole here. I imagine most of you will have screws there. I didn't have any in my computer, so this must have been opened up prior, but there are 2 screw holes on either side. After that, your battery wires come out here, they run through here and plug into the motherboard there. It's kind of a pain in the butt. This is a black piece of tape. You can just peel that off. And once you do, you'll see this kind of plug that you can just unplug from the motherboard. As with most cords in a computer, try not to pull on the wires if you can help it. Try to manipulate the plug itself without pulling on the wires. So here you have a grip on either side. You can use your fingernails to pull that out or a pry tool. But yeah, don't pull on wires if you can help it. Also, what's a pain about this is these wires interweave through this ridiculous thing here. So you may have to peel this off of the battery, peel this black tape up from there. It's kind of a messy pain to get that up. Okay, so now that the battery has been removed or at least unplugged, it's safer to proceed deeper into the computer. And especially when replacing an LCD or an LCD assembly, you want to have your charger unplugged, but also your battery unplugged. It's very common to blow out an LCD the moment you plug in the LCD cable if your battery is still plugged into the motherboard. So you definitely want all the power out of your computer to plug in the LCD assembly. To get the LCD assembly off, the first thing you want to do is unplug your LCD cable here. It runs down through this right side hinge assembly and plugs into the motherboard. These types of ribbon cable connectors are very fragile, especially the movable pin, which is this black portion right there. The way to operate this is you would slide a small flat pry tool underneath that black clip from the top, slide it underneath gently, and pop that open. It opens kind of like a book cover. So it'll open, its hinge side is down here, and the top side is where it will open like a book cover. Once that's open, you can take the LCD cable out. And the reverse is true. To put it back in, you put the LCD cable in and then shut that like a book cover, shut that black clip, and it will secure it in place. Be very careful with that clip. If you break it, it's very hard to find a replacement without buying an entirely new motherboard. And if you break it, the LCD cable won't be firmly attached. After unplugging the LCD cable, you would also unplug your antenna wire from the Wi-Fi card area here. These run up through this left-hand hinge assembly, the antenna wire. So you would snap those up. They're just snaps. After you do that, you have your hinge assembly here with 2 screws and your hinge assembly here with 2 screws. After the hinge assemblies are unscrewed and both sets of wires done, you can take the LCD assembly off. Now, how you repair your LCD assembly is up to you. A lot of people want to just replace the LCD or they want to just replace the touch glass. However, because of how tight it's constructed and how easily breakable it is, Whenever I have a choice, I always prefer replacing the entire LCD assembly as one unit. Generally speaking, it costs almost the same as the actual components, and you don't have to take the time and risk breaking things opening it up. So if you want, you can try to find the individual components, but I always try to replace the entire LCD assembly as one unit. Take the whole thing off, put a new one on. And again, once you get the new one on and you screw down the hinge assemblies, you run the antenna wire, make sure that your battery is not plugged in when you plug in the LCD cable. So that's the video, guys. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, check out the FAQs below in the description. It could save you some time getting an answer. If you do need to leave me a question or comment, please do. I do try to get to those a couple times a day at least. To support the channel, please remember to like and share, subscribe if you enjoy this type of DIY tutorials, and for those of you that want to support the channel a little further, you can always leave a small donation, and there's a couple ways to do that. First, right below the video to the right-hand side, you'll see the Super Thanks button. You can click on that. You can select a tip amount here. Second way, you can use your Cash App. Find me at $PC Helper. You can leave a dollar amount, and you can even leave a little note. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video.